terrific field position for Grossman and the Bears as they get started with their second possession here, and Grossman to throw. On the move, throws over the middle, and that's complete. Inside the 30 to the 25-yard line is Desmond Clark, the tight end.
Well, again, this is Rex Grossman extending the play with movement. Not a great scrambler. He's not moving to run. He's just moving to buy himself a little time. And against the Denver zone, good job by Desmond Clark of finding a soft spot right in the middle.
Dan, we were talking about the lightning rods in this game. The Chicago Bears have several. Rex Grossman is certainly one.
He's the biggest one.
On first down, Benson for a couple. This is Benson. Benson fighting his way to about the 16-yard line. Elvis Dumerville and John Lynch with the stop. Third and short yardage, Grossman with the sneak and the first down. You know, Rex was telling us that he finds himself enjoying the game more rather than fearing the repercussions of what might happen during the game.
Well, he had plenty of time to think. He certainly found out that he hated standing on the sidelines. It's an awkward thing to lose your job, and he lost it to that guy right there, Brian Greasy, who's healthy enough to be the number 2 quarterback. And, you know, you get a lot of time for self-reflection to find out how you got in that spot.
Benson again, and Benson fights his way to the 11 where Engelberger makes the stop. Rex was blatantly honest when he said, you know, it's tough during the national anthem. Everybody starts to get going, and you know you're not going to play.
No, you better believe it is. And he said, I learned a lot. He said, I'll tell you one thing. I'm not going to take some of the chances that I've taken in the past. I've realized that if I take care of the football, if I don't force it, if I don't give him the easy interception, I'm going to get to keep my job. Well, we'll see if he can control himself.
A look at red zone fortunes for the Bears this season, and then Benson inside the 10.
That was a touchdown.
Broke it to the end zone.
He just fell down. Cedric Benson just had too much body lean and fell down. Boy, this is a wasted opportunity. He just stumbles and falls. He'd like to have that over. Yeah, he's shaking his head. I guess he's looking for the mystery hand that tripped him up that isn't there.
3rd and 2 for Chicago at the Denver 6. There's John Lynch.
And Cedric Benson better get used to seeing Lynch. He'll be the 8th man in the box all day.
Pump fake, throws to the end zone, caught, and out of bounds. Muhsin Muhammad went up for it, came down, out of bounds.
Well, some of that was the coverage of Denver that forces Grossman to throw it really high. And that really was a sensational throw by Rex Grossman to get it over Champ Bailey. Because Champ Bailey is all over Muhsin Muhammad. Bailey knew where he was on the field. Trust me, Champ Bailey knew at that point that there's no way that ball could be completed and yet be in bounds.
Robbie Gould from 24 yards out to give the Bears the lead. On its way and good. On first down. Cutler keeps it.
I do not believe that was a design play.
Someone missed something in the backfield.
Jay made the most of it. If you're going to bust it so badly, you fool the whole defense. Oh, he even faked the pitch. Yeah, like Jay was an old option quarterback.
Well, he can run. He has surprising speed for a big quarterback.
A 4.7 guy, that is very good speed at the quarterback position.
And he picked up 6 on the play at 2nd and 4. Cutler throwing over the middle, a little bit behind Brandon Stokely, the intended receiver. It'll be 3rd and 4. Play clock winding down. He got the play off in time. Penalty marker is down. The pass down the sideline is incomplete. Intended for Marshall. Let's check the flag.
Illegal motion on the offense, number 84, moving forward at the snap. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
So Sauerbrunn will kick it away, and once again at the other end, that man, Devin Hester. Low kick, it'll bounce. Hester got a hand on it, it's on the ground, and it's free, and the Broncos fall on into the 25-yard line. Nick Ferguson fell on the loose football.
And right there, Devin Hester looked like a second-year player. I'm not sure what he thought he was going to attempt with that ball that was that far away. To reach that far, I don't know if he thought that thing was going to stick to his hands like it was Velcro or not. But that was a gift-wrapped package for the Denver Broncos.
And Cutler and company now in business at the Chicago 25. Hall, left side, little running room inside the 20 to the 15, and took an awkward spill that pops right up. Anthony Adams with the stop. This is Hall again, trying to turn the corner, and bumped out of bounds at about the 10-yard line by Charles Tillman, the cornerback on this side of the field. Second and 7. Once again, Hall. And Hall slips inside the 5 to about the 3, and it's a first down. First and goal for Denver. Hall again. This time he's met before he reaches the line of scrimmage. Lance Briggs, Adam Archuleta in on the stop. It'll be second and goal. Cutler rolling, throws back over across his body, and it's tipped and falls incomplete in the end zone. Third and goal.
There's Brian Urlacher. Yep, he's the one that gets it, hits it with his left hand. Boy, that is some kind of elevation. We all know how fast Brian Urlacher is, even playing with the bad back. But he's got some ups too. That was a pretty good job elevating.
Cutler yet to complete a pass. He's 0 for 3 today, and he's looking at third and goal from the 5. Javon Walker has come back onto the field, and he is spread to the top of your screen. Short drop, quick pass, incomplete. Number 89, Daniel Graham, the tight end, the intended receiver.
Boy, Jay Cutler really forced that ball into a lot of traffic.
And you just saw Devin Hester on the sideline breathing a sigh of relief.
Trying to go to Daniel Graham, who's his tight end, but look how the traffic comes from both sides. Briggs from one side, Urlacher from the other. They both closed and were there the same time the football got there.
Jason Elam from 23 yards out. 3:10 to play in the first quarter. From the 18-yard line, Grossman to throw. Going to go deep, far side of the field. It is intercepted. Carl Pema, number 41, with his second pick of the season.
Well, Rex saw that he had single coverage, and he's going to try to let his guy make a play. Take a look at this. Bernard Berrien working against Pema all the way. Man coverage, and Pema fights for the football. He's got as much right to that ball. He actually in a better position, stride for stride with Berrien. Again, I understand you want your guy to make the play, but that time Pema, give him credit, outstanding coverage.
The last 2 minutes and 49 seconds have seen 2 Chicago Bear turnovers, and the Broncos take over at their own 41. Cutler rolling, gonna keep it. Looking for a block across the 45, out to about the 47-yard line. Andre Hall and Cecil Sapp in the backfield of this pass is to tight end Tony Scheffler. Scheffler across midfield and into Chicago territory, and enough for a first down for the Denver Broncos. Cutler to throw. Over the middle. A little low. Brandon Stokely, the intended receiver. 2nd and 10. Cutler gets time, and right on the money, this time inside the 35 to Stokely. And that is another Denver first down.
Boy, these Chicago linebackers really get such depth. That time Cutler had to get it past Lance Briggs, who's way back there in coverage. You see 55 moving across your screen. He almost gets a hand on the ball. Boy, you've got to have feel and confidence as a quarterback. Look at this from behind. Look and see what Jay Cutler is saying. See Briggs, he's right there. You have to hope and plan that your receiver is going to break loose behind.
Looked like the same pattern except going in the other direction, and this is Andre Hall. Cutler. This one complete inside the 30 to Tony Scheffler, the tight end. Cutler looking at a 3rd and 5. Quick pass out to the side, and his receiver slipped and fell. That was Brandon Marshall.
Boy, and again, Brandon Marshall, you lose your confidence when that happens. But his feet, again, as I just said, look at that. Wow, he looked like he was on roller skates. Time to change cleats, guys.
And Cutler is out there on 4th down.
Might have to go to longer cleats, and you're going to have to shorten up your stride. Make a concerted effort to keep your feet underneath you.
The Broncos going for it on 4th and 5.
Be about a 47-yard field goal if they tried the field goal.
Cutler waits, throws, got his man inside the 20. That's Brandon Marshall on a first down for the Denver Broncos.
Man, big time throw by Jay Cutler. Big time throw because the coverage was pretty good. Working against Tillman. Look, Tillman is right behind him, but he's totally screened. He's totally hidden behind the 6'4", 230-pound Brandon Marshall. That's where there's no substitute for being huge. Charles Tillman behind him, even though he's 6'1", had no idea where the ball was.
9th play of this drive, first down for Denver. And Cutler this time with the pitch to Andre Hall to the 5, touchdown. This is Cedric Benson. And Benson across the 30 to about the 32 where John Engelberger brings him to a stop. 2nd and 6 now, and it's Benson once again. And Benson comes up short of the 35-yard line. They'll give him a 2-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 4. Hester now in as wide receiver as Grossman spreads the field on 3rd and 4. Going to keep it on the ground. Benson first down and then some. Midfield to the 45 of the Broncos and a first down. Ball is loose, and there was a whistle. It is whistled down at the 45.
And Benson's hurt. Benson is clutching his left leg.
And they were waving for help in a hurry from the sideline.
Watch the end of this run, and watch right here when he puts his leg down. Right there, the tackler falls right on it.
And he, had a good game against Seattle last week, and the run he went out with, of course, was a good run. And we rushed over 100 yards yesterday, and with him, you never know what we would have been able to do.
Cedric Benson wheels off. Adrian Peterson, number 29, replaces him in the backfield. First down, Bears at the Denver 45. And Peterson gets the handoff. And will get a couple before he is stacked up at about the 42-yard line. Grossman, play fake, throw. McKee out of the backfield, looking for a first down and has it before he's bumped out of bounds. To about the 32. Peterson kicks his way for about a yard or so. Under pressure and he goes down. Dre Bly, the cornerback, came in untouched.
Well, safety blitzes a lot of times are in the middle. The corners come off the edge, and 9 times out of 10 they are totally unaccounted for. From the top of your screen, no way can Fred Miller get out there in time to pick up a blitzing Dre Bly. It's a high-risk, high-reward move for a defensive coordinator, because when you're really opening up that side of the field, that time, big-time payoff for Denver.
Loss of 11 on the play, and it's 3rd and 19. Grossman steps up, short toss to Peterson. Peterson looking for running room, and is going to run out of it in a hurry. Back to the 35. Ian Gold makes the stop. A gain of 7 on the play, and that will bring the kicking unit onto the field. Last 2 Denver drives have resulted in a touchdown and a field goal. The touchdown after an interception, and the field goal after a fumble. Mike Bell is in the background. Cutler's going to throw. This is Cecil Sapp out of the backfield, and he runs out of bounds at about the 24-25-yard line. Cutler throwing. That is intercepted as a penalty marker comes in. This is Danielle Manning. And let's check the penalty flag.
Well, Brandon Stokely seems pretty positive this is going to be against Chicago. He's not wearing stripes, though.
Illegal contact on the defense, number 92. That's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
The call is on Hunter Hillenmeyer. And that will nullify the interception. And Denver retains possession.
There's Hillenmeyer dropping back into coverage. Oh, yeah, no question. He makes a lot of contact with Stokely way beyond the 5-yard zone. He made contact with Stokely probably 12, 15 yards downfield.
That's the first penalty of the game on either team. Butler gives to Bell. Loose ball. Bears have it. Wally Ogunleye has the football, and a huge turnover.
Well, did you hear that hit that dislodged the ball from Mike Bell? Mike Bell, who got a lot of action last year for Denver, a non-factor this year. Lance Briggs just puts his helmet right on the football, crushes Bell, and no Denver player saw it on the ground. Let's listen.
And the Bears start from the Denver 16-yard line. Grossman to throw. Running out of time. Pulls it down and gets pulled down. Penalty markers fly. That's Elvis Dumerville in on the Chicago quarterback. And now let's check the flag. This looks like it'll be against the Bears.
Good job by Grossman, though, of covering up the football with 2 hands. You know the defense is trying to strip.
Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Peterson still on his feet. And now buried at the 25. Grossman on 2nd and 18. Straight drop, going for the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Greg Olsen, the tight end.
Oh, does he do a nice push-off.
We have a penalty marker back in the backfield.
Repeat second down.
And it's a hold.
All right. There's Elvis Dumerville. This time he's working on Fred Miller. And Miller's got the right arm out there and then comes in and grabs a little from behind. And that's Larry Nemmers, the referee, responsible for watching the right tackle. So Elvis Dumerville drawing back-to-back holding penalties.
Miller has had a tough week, to say the least. They've been all over him. He had 2 false start penalties and allowed 3 sacks to his man in the loss to Seattle last week.
And look at this, 2nd and 29. They don't have plays for this.
Grossman running out of time. And he goes down back at the 44-yard line. Kenny Peterson and Elvis Dumervil. For Peterson. To the 35, to the 30, to about the 26-yard line.
Oh, and the question is he going to get him into field goal range? That's an effective play, and I think Gold's going to try a field goal.
Gold is hit from 49 this year. That's his long.
Going to be tough with that plant foot on a slippery field.
Kick is on its way and looks pretty good. Peterson on the screen. 30, 35, caught from behind and down at the 39-yard line. Clock continues to move, a minute and a half to play. And of course, as Lovie Smith says, the Bears are in their playoff season right now. Grossman under pressure got rid of it. It's incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 1:10 to play. Hester in at a wide receiver on 2nd and 10. Grossman steps up on the run, dragged down. At about the 39 by Kenny Peterson, who has made a couple of big tackles. Grossman over the middle. Almost intercepted by Ian Gold. Pass intended for Greg Olson, the tight end.
And Ian Gold, he had the inside position, and he's the one that made the break on the ball. He's man-to-man locked up with Olson, and that was just superlative on the part of Ian Gold. Look at that. That's just, boy, you don't see many linebackers that can cover one-on-one like that. Ian Gold, a small guy, but with great range and good feet.
48 seconds to play. Cutler for Hall. Hall gets a block, cuts back, still on the move, and look out, midfield with a blocker in front of it. To the 20, 15, 10, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
Greg, that is the way you draw up a screen. That is highlight film material.
The play that Israel Adonijah made running down Andre Hall to prevent the touchdown. Defensively, we stood up and kept them to a field goal. That ended up being, you could say that ended up being the difference in the game.
65 yards on the play. Hall to about the 4. Andre Hall and Cecil Sapp in the background. Cutler going to throw, far side. Broken up by number 33, Charles Tillman.
Wow, at first it looked like Brandon Marshall was going to catch that for a touchdown. Tillman all alone working on Marshall. He doesn't know where the football is, but he does get his arm up there and kind of interrupts. Last minute, you see his right arm comes up. That was happen chance that his arm came up and just happened to deflect the football.
The arm got more facial helmet. 3rd and goal. Fake the pitch. Cutler rolling, looking, throwing, incomplete. Broken up in the end zone by Tillman.
Well, good job that time by the Bears of really getting over there and forcing Cutler to throw. I'll guarantee you, halfway through this, Jay Cutler thought he was going to be able to run in for a touchdown. Right there, he thinks he's going to score. But Danielle Manning was able to get over and convince him otherwise. And he had to throw back into traffic, and he was lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Now Elam from 22 yards out. And that's good. And Cutler comes out throwing to the near side to Brandon Stokely. And that's complete. So Cutler starts off throwing the football, and neither team has really been able to establish anything solid in one way or another.
No, and I think a lot of it, well, first of all, I think the Chicago defense, other than a couple lapses on some big plays, has played pretty well. But again, this slick field and the rain is the biggest factor so far.
Hall. And Hall brought to a stop at about the 29. Now the Bears looking for a third down stop here on 3rd and 3. Hall not going to get there. Stacked up by Wally Ogunleye.
Ogunleye was a yard or two across the line of scrimmage on the Denver side of the line of scrimmage. That's a play that's going absolutely nowhere when all Andre Hall has to look at is a 6'4", 270-pound defensive end.
And Devin Hester hasn't had much of a day today.
Leading up to the game, Broncos punter Todd Sauerbrunn, when asked whether he would punt to Devin Hester, said this, quote, "We're not going to play chicken blank ball. We're not going to kick away from Hester. Hey, we respect the hell out of him, and he's the best. But we have guys on our coverage teams that are paid to make big tackles."
We get a chance here from the 25. 40. Here he goes. Cuts it back, and he is gone. 10-5. Touchdown, Devin Hester. Yards.
If you're going to punt to Devin Hester, you've got to pin him on a sideline. You can't kick it right down the middle of the field.
I seen a wall of guys blocking, and you know, I seen a hole which I was able to hit, and you know, but the great guys I have on special team, those guys are the ones that deserve all the credit. Those are the guys that go out and lay it on the line and come up with a great block that lead me into the end zone, you know. But as a special team unit, I feel like we stepped up and made plays today.
That's what Devin Hester does for you. I don't think the league's ever seen anything like this guy. And, you know, seen some great returners, but nothing like this. And, but still, you know, this is the NFL, and there's going to be great players. You got to have an answer.
Andre Hall, Cecil Sapp in the backfield. Cutler calls the signal. 13-13 tie. Cutler to throw. This way, intercepted. Charles Tillman picks it off. And blown dead now. The receiver slipped as they have so many times this afternoon.
Well,
and Cutler throws his 10th pick of the year.
That was Brandon Marshall trying to find his second-year receiver. And again, we see another mistake caused by the slippery conditions. Cutler is throwing to the spot. His receiver's on the ground. And what an outstanding job by Tillman of laying out. Again, a piece of the field comes up. Boy, and he got his arm underneath it. That was a legitimate INT. Well done.
From the 14-yard line, this is Peterson. Peterson again.
And he slipped.
And he pulled down at the 11 by Dumerville and Sam Adams.
Peterson made a nice recovery. His foot slid all the way out from under him, and yet he didn't go down. Watch Peterson here after he takes the handoff. Watch his right there. Look how he slides. Able to get back up and pick up a couple positive yards after the fact.
3rd and 6 now. Devin Hester in the game as a wide receiver. Grossman on the draw. To about the 6-yard line, and it's blown dead there. Hamza Abdullah made the stop.
Well, we watched Chicago work on this a lot during practice Friday afternoon. Rex was pretty happy with himself that he was going to be able to run it into the end zone.
And the fans want the Bears and Lovie Smith to go for it.
Well, it was really a good tackle by Hamza Abdullah when he brought Rex Grossman down.
And they are going to go for it. Or at least Rex Grossman's still on the field.
Well, Rex was asking for a new play clock. That ball came loose. How close was... Let's take one more. Ooh, Rex Grossman, I think, lost control of that football before he came down. That football was starting to come out.
Now the coaching staff, Mike Shanahan all the way down, just through the challenge flag.
Absolutely, because Denver recovered that ball. Denver recovered that football.
And Mike Shanahan ran all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Because I think Rex Grossman lost control of the football before he was down.
I think Mike Shanahan just said challenging the fact that the ball is down.
I think Rex Grossman lost control of the football.
Denver
it was loose.
Challenging the ruling on the field that the runner was down by contact. We will review the play.
Larry Nemmers has made his decision.
After reviewing the play, the runner did fumble the football. And by rule, if the defense immediately recovers the ball, which they did at the 10-yard line, it'll be Denver's ball at the 10-yard line.
The Broncos from their own 16. This is Andre Hall. Hall cuts it back. Out over the 25. That's enough for a first down. Butler rolling, throws, complete, and out to about the 38 is Brandon Stokely, and that's enough for another Denver first down. The pitch for Hall. Squeezes through inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line where Danielle Manning makes the stop. Cutler throws, and that is caught at about the 25-yard line by Tony Scheffler, the tight end.
Well, there's a really good pass by Jay Cutler. Nobody's going to catch that except his guy. The inside release, working a one-on-one situation against a linebacker and keeping the ball low like that. Only Scheffler can go down and dig it out. Again, that was a really good throw by Jay Cutler. That is a hard assignment for Hunter Hillenmeyer to have to run and defend that inside release.
8th play of this drive. The pitch to Hall. Left side, 20, 15, 10, inside the 5. It'll be first and goal for the Broncos.
Well, I told you I love that play. Again, the one counter step, a quick defense like the Bears. See the counter step. Just look at Lance Briggs. Briggs goes 4 steps the other direction. Totally breaks contain. If it's not for Brian Urlacher and a lot of great hustle, that's an easy touchdown. Adam Archuleta just fell down.
Now Cecil Sapp and Kyle Johnson in the backfield. The pitch for Sapp. 5, leaps into the end zone for the touchdown.
Boy, did he get a good block by right tackle Eric Piers, who laid out Lance Briggs. Well, that's the best looking drive we've seen out of Denver all day.
10 plays, 84 yards. Sapp with his second rushing touchdown of the season.
Well, they're getting outside on the Bears. Take a look on the right side. Oh, there's the block right there. That was Brandon Marshall. That was one of the 2 blocks. Brandon Marshall came back that time and hit a Gunlier. The Pierce block was on the inside. Boy, that was nicely done by Brandon Marshall, who actually tied up 2 different guys on that touchdown run.
2:38 to play in the 3rd. Denver on top, 20-13.
Well, do you kick to Hester? Yeah, you do.
Devin Hester from the 12. 30.
I don't get it.
40.
I don't get it.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
I don't get Sauerbrunn kicking it again right down the middle of the field.
88 yards.
Are your memories that short? It wasn't that long ago. He ran a punt back for a touchdown. Well, some things defy description. If anybody out there knows why Denver decides to kick right down the middle of the field to Devin Hester, write me a letter, will you?
He adds to his Chicago Bears record 10th career return touchdown.
But again, you give the guy all sorts of options right in the middle of the field. Boy, he gets good blocking. Take a look at that.
Devin's great. I mean, what do you want to say? I mean, every time he gets the ball in his hands, he's a legitimate threat to score. So, but as an offense, you're getting ready to go on the field, trying to think about some plays you're going to run, and then, you know, boom, he scores a touchdown, makes it a lot easier for us.
Special team-wise, you know, Devin Hester, what else can you say? You know, kickoff, punt, and was just a big factor throughout the game. Gave us a boost, you know, turned momentum. We could talk the rest of the night about him. Just, you know, I'm just glad he's on our football team.
Cutler on first down. Gonna go deep for Marshall. On the button to the 5 and the end zone for a touchdown.
Oh, boy. Ricky Manning Jr.
You know, not that there have been any big plays here today.
Well, I just said you work and work and work, and then you give it up in 10 seconds. That is the big play possibilities we've been talking about with this exciting kid from Central Florida. Last time we saw him, he was blocking for the touchdown run by Cecil Sapp. Now he gets his moment in the sun.
68 yards.
Well, he's locked up one-on-one with Ricky Manning Jr. He makes the little fake post move and then the speed, and I think Ricky Manning just didn't realize that a guy 6'4", 230 could run by him like that.
So this is Andre Hall looking for running room out over the stand to about the 13 or 14-yard line. 2nd and 7. Cutler tipped, incomplete. Urlacher was lurking. Cutler on the move, looking, throws, near side. Stokely trying to roll forward past the first down marker, and he got it.
Wow, there's their first third down conversion of the football game. And Jay Cutler makes it happen by getting out of the pocket. Stokely a little chip block, and then he just falls off out into the flat. Oh, he did a good job of staying in bounds.
Cutler and the Broncos, first down now, their own 23-yard line. Quick pass out to the near side. Stokely across the 30 and out to about the 33-yard line. On 2nd and 1, Andre Hall looking for a first down and got it out to the 34-yard line. On first down, Cutler going to throw it a mile downfield. Oh, pulled in by Tony Scheffler.
And pulled in by Scheffler when I thought Archuleta interfered with it. It looked like Adam Archuleta grabbed him before the ball got there. Now this is a safety locked up on a tight end. You'd think, right there. I mean, that's blatant interference. What? Look at him grab him. He grabs his arms, he grabs his chest, and Scheffler still catches it.
2nd and 5 for Cutler and the Broncos. To this side, Brandon Marshall. Oh, look at the move, and slips as he reaches the 15-yard line, but that looks like it'll be enough for a first down. To the end zone. Did he come down with that? Oh, what a catch by Tony Scheffler. He might have been horizontal when he caught that ball. There's a penalty marker down.
What a laser by Jay Cutler. Okay, watch Scheffler. He's on the outside. He gets a release. Again, working against Manning. Manning's locked up one-on-one. Oh, he gets a carom that comes right to him. The ball rolls down his midsection. It never does touch the ground. We'll take another look at it, but at first blush, look at him get his arm up there. There's the ball between his legs, and then he rolls over and picks it up before it touches the ground. That is some piece of work by Tony Scheffler with a dash of good fortune mixed in.
Here's Larry Nemmers.
After the touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 54, for taunting, kicking the football. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Adrian Peterson in the backfield. Grossman back throws off the hands of his intended receiver, Desmond Clark. It'll be 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Grossman over the middle, and that one is complete to Muhsin Muhammad out to the 40-yard line, and that's enough for a first down. Grossman lost the football. Who's got it at the 35? The Broncos say they do.
And they do.
And the officials agree. Tim Crowder made the hit that caused the fumble. 4th turnover of the day. And Ian Gold recovered.
Well, Rex Grossman again having to leave the pocket. And the right hand, you could see the right hand of Crowder comes right in, goes right on the football, and it just squirts right out of Grossman's arm. Now the rookie from Texas will have a little something to remember there.
For the Bears, it seems just a few short months ago in the Super Bowl, it has been a long fall.
Oh, that must seem like so long ago.
Oh, the pitch to Andre Hall, and right there with him is Mark Anderson.
Well, fool me once, fool me twice. This is how you play that. As a defensive end, you don't honor the counter step the other way. You head straight upfield, and that's what Mark Anderson did there.
Now a couple from the shot zone on 3rd and 15. Going to be on the move. Going to throw back the other way. Marshall overthrown. Blocked by Tillman. The Bears looking to fall on it. And they have it, and it comes to rest. It's actually going to be spotted at about the 18-yard line. Brandon McGowan recovered it. Number 33, Charles Tillman, was in for the block.
Well, Devin Hester didn't have anything to do with this.
I mean, we were punting the ball out of bounds on that one. We were going right out of bounds. If you watched me, I completely angled right out of bounds. I walked, the guy came right in my face, and so nothing I could have done.
We saw that Sauerbrunn doesn't get the ball off as fast as other people, so our plan was to at least send one man every time. And there was times early we had returns on, we were sending one guy, and he was getting some pressure also. So later in the game, we just had to try to make something happen with the all-out rush that we called and got the block.
Grossman gives to Peterson, and Peterson, still on his feet, powers to about the 15-yard line. The pass is complete to Greg Olsen, and Olsen to the 5-yard line, and the Bears have a 1st and goal. 6.5 minutes to play. They need 2 touchdowns to tie. Pierce straight ahead. Still on his feet, moving toward the goal line.
Well, that was some scrum right there.
No call yet. Touchdown.
Well, that's the closest thing to a rugby scrum I have seen in a long time. This is a wonderful surge by the guy in the blue shirts. And I think the officials were right not to blow the whistle, calling forward progress, because inside you could see the lake still churning, and Adrian Peterson really did keep it moving into the end zone for a touchdown.
On 1st down, Andre Hall running the right side, and not much there as he gets it out over the 30-yard line to about the 32. On 2nd and 7. Brandon Marshall with the catch and a first down. Denver not terrific on 3rd down conversions today, but they haven't needed them yet. Cutler wrapped up by Wally Ogunleye.
Ogunleye goes right around Eric Pierce, the right tackle. And I don't know, that play looked bizarre. I'm not sure. Jay Cutler kind of came out with his blind side. And man, no chance of getting away from Ogunleye.
So for the moment, Hester is back by himself. And maybe let's see if the Bears go after Sauerbrunn. Nope.
There they go. 4 of them peel back. Well, you could run a fake punt with only a couple guys on the line of scrimmage.
Sauerbrunn falls on the slip. It hit Hester, and he dove on the football at about the 33-yard line.
That's the second time that Devin Hester has had a loose ball on the ground, a free ball. The first time in the first half, he wasn't able to cover it, and Denver recovered. That time he was. Right off
Short
his
hops
shin.
him in the shin, and then he falls on it. So here's where we are. The Bears at their own 35, 2 minutes and 58 seconds from what effectively would end their season and their playoff hopes. Shaky snap. Devin Hester trying to break free and is out of bounds at about the line of scrimmage.
Boy, that snap from Olin Kreutz, that came back there a little bizarrely, did it not? Look at this thing.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Well, luckily for Rex Grossman, the snap kind of took him that direction towards Devin Hester, his intended target all the way.
2nd and 10. Grossman throws. Olsen couldn't bring it in. 3rd and 10 for Chicago. Grossman with time throws off the hands of Olsen.
Well, twice now the #1 draft choice on back-to-back plays, not able to catch the ball. And again, Rex Grossman, this looked like a pretty good pass. Ian Gold slips down. Well, that wasn't as good as it looked like at first blush. That thing was high and outside. It was, it's a ball that could have been caught, but it wasn't nearly as good as I thought so.
It has been a real problem for the Bears today. Dropped passes. 4th and 10. Grossman with time. Going to go deep. Has a man open. Penalty marker flies. It is incomplete, but let's check the penalty. Muhsin Muhammad covered by Dre Bly.
Illegal contact. Defense number 32. That's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
The Bears stay alive.
On a 4th down, obviously a monster penalty. And you can see Dre Bly just got a hand on the shoulder pads and gave Muhammad a shove at about the 15-yard mark. He didn't have to do that. It wasn't, I don't think at the time, like he thought he was going to get beat deep. He just got handsy at the wrong time.
2:35 to play. Grossman, quick pass. That's complete to Bernard Berrien, who has been pretty quiet today. Last week, a career-high 9 catches for 102 yards against Seattle. That's his 2nd catch today. Looking for the first down now. Peterson not going to get it. Wrapped up by Kenny Peterson. Adrian Peterson wrapped up by Kenny Peterson. And we'll go to the 2-minute warning. Looking for the touchdown drive, keep their season alive. Grossman throwing outside, got his man. Inside the 35 to the 31 is Rasheed Davis for a first down.
Oh, good pass protection up front. That's about the best looking pocket that Rex Grossman has had all day. A double line stunt by Denver picked up cleanly.
21-yard gain. Grossman throws. That one's complete inside the 20 to Muhsin Muhammad. A minute and a half to play. Plenty of time for the Bears. First down at the Denver 18. Adrian Peterson. Big hole up the middle to the 10 to the 7. It'll be first and goal.
That's one of those plays, if it goes for no yardage, the crowd boos something terrible. And now, listen, a standing ovation for that call.
Grossman on first and goal. Peterson again to the 5 and rolls forward to the 4. Hamza Abdullah.
And we saw Rex Grossman working on a quarterback draw all day on Friday.
And he's already run it once in this game. On second and goal, Peterson straight ahead to the 3. And do the Bears use their timeout here? They do. They use their last timeout and stop the clock with 36 seconds to play.
They were in a coverage that they were playing mostly on third down throughout the whole game, where they, play man underneath with safety help, and there's not a ton of plays that work against that, but we saw it all game long pretty much, and then had a package of plays ready to attack it, and we were able to add a few runs in there. Didn't look like they were they kind of stayed in the same defense, especially when we were completing passes, which allowed us to run the ball a little bit. And then sometimes when you get ahead of steam, it's hard to be stopped. Momentum is a crazy thing.
Incomplete at the goal line.
Oh, what kind of pass defense was that? That was spectacular. Was that Carl Pema?
It was.
Carl Pema, watch this. Fights for the inside, gets up there, gets in the arms, and knocks that ball away from Berrien.
And we come down to this. 4th and goal from the 3.
I think Rex Grossman would have liked to have thrown that ball a little lower.
12th play of a drive that has lasted almost 2.5 minutes, and here we go. Grossman, pump fake, throws. Is that catch or no? Touchdown. Bernard Berrien. The Broncos are raising a fuss on this side, and we can't wait to see the replay.
Well, this will almost certainly be looked at by the replay booth. They've got to buzz this thing and stop this until they get a really good look at this. Because we're talking about possession.
We will review the last play in the end zone.
Yeah, Larry Nemmer says we will review this.
Coming right at you.
Possession is going to be critical. There's the elbow. His elbow looked to me like it landed out of bounds. The question is his knee down inbounds first with possession?
In a crunch like that, you want to get the ball in your playmaker's hand. And, fourth, last play, 4th down, you need a big play. You're talking about pressure. And great, good protection, good call, good protection, great throw. But the catch, again, that's what your one receiver is supposed to do. Make those type of plays to win the game for you.
After reviewing the play, the receiver controlled the football with both hands with his knee in bounds. Therefore, the ruling on the field stands on a touchdown.
Well, Larry Nemmer saw what we saw. And kudos to the 2 officials on the field. Mishandled it.
Adrian Peterson and Jason McKee in the backfield. Grossman, play action, throwing, has his man. That's Desmond Clark. Clark inside the 40-yard line of the Denver Broncos.
I turned my head around and saw him jump the flat route, and got my eyes over to Dez, which, he ran a great route and hit him in stride, which allowed him to, get in field goal range.
I knew it would be open, either me or Jason out in the flat.
because it was something that we seen, like I said earlier, that I was wide open on the first time I ran it. I was just glad that they came back to it because that's a predominant run formation, and we ran the ball maybe 10, 15 times out of that formation throughout the game, and they played the run, and they didn't have a safety tilted over my way, and I was just able to break free.
From the 37 to the ground game, Peterson up the middle, still on his feet. Inside the 30, and can Adrian Peterson move a pile or what?
And he's still up. He never did go down.
Robbie Gould.
That's the target line for Gould. That would be a 50-yarder. You know they'd like to be inside of that on a wet field. The air's cold, a little heavy. I think 50 yards be asking a lot.
The line of scrimmage is now the 29.
Yeah, they're inside of that, so.
2nd and 2. Peterson diving for a first down. Peterson finds enough room for a first down to the 25.
That was an outstanding surge by the Bears offensive line.
Robbie Gould has kicked a 24-yarder and a 44-yarder today.
You can almost see the disappointment all over the Denver sideline and in their defense at having had a 14-point lead, let it get away from them in regulation, and now they've got their backs against the wall.
Peterson. Penalty marker flies.
If this is a holding call against Chicago.
Nope, it's against Denver.
Okay. Because that's the one thing you say in the huddle as an offensive lineman. Keep your hands in.
Holding on the defense, number 99. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run.
That's a first down. The penalty is on Alvin McKinley. And Grossman goes to the middle of the field and takes a knee to set up Gould.
I think we might see the Chicago strategy on that. What do you think? Well, Mike Shanahan, he started this all about calling a timeout right before the field goal kicker kicking. We'll see what he's
Dan, how things change. Just 10 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, the Bears season looked to be over. Now let's see if Mike Shanahan does what you just mentioned.
Well, he got caught before. Let's see what he does here.
Kick is on its way and looks good. What a comeback. The Bears come from behind to tie it at 34, win it in overtime, 37-34.